All right, folks. So I am first of all, I'd like to apologize that I did not do a watch along in my last game because my software for the streaming at the last moment I didn't check it, but there was some driver's failure, and I tried it on, but it was not happening. So I could not could not figure out how to get out of that mess. So I had to at the last moment I had to cancel the watch along. But anyways, at the end of the day, it turned out to be a major relief for me that I did not do a watch along, because it would have been terrible. Would have been such a terrible watch along, man. The way Arsenal have played, I just can't. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what to say. It's so bad at the moment. But the paper thin squad will always come to bite you. So we're gonna talk about lots of things in this episode. Let's just forget what happened. So we got news about Darwin Nunez, Ruben Neves, James Maddison, Dominic Calvert-Lewin. A lot of stuff, to be fair. So Douglas Luiz, yeah. So Arsenal, the moment Thomas Partey got injured, we realized we need more midfielders, and the gods, or probably the humans of the transfer news, transfer window, have heard that and started that whole linking midfielders back to Arsenal. So let's talk about it. So Ruben Neves is emerging as one of the Arsenal's top summer transfer targets. Wolves are likely to demand a fee in the region of 50 to 60 million pounds. That's according to Sky Sports News. Signing a new central midfielder is one of the club's priorities in the upcoming window, and they are very much interested in the 25-year-old who has 2 years remaining on his current contract. 2 years remaining on his current contract, ladies and gentlemen. So we spoke about that, but that's not the only thing, because that's also coming from Lyle from Sky Sports, Lyle Thomas. So that's Arsenal have a very, very big interest in him. But that's also news coming from Samuel Luckhurst. Samuel Luckhurst, who's the chief Manchester United writer for the Manchester Evening News, he says that Arsenal and Barcelona are interested in Ruben Neves. Although the press links him with United, they're already working on a possible deal for Leeds United midfielder Calvin Phillips. So Manchester United are looking at Calvin Phillips. Ruben Neves is being watched out by Arsenal and Barcelona. So that is the update. Moving on, let's talk about Arsenal's away kit for the next season. This is going to be the third kit, I'm sorry. Oh, it looks really dapper. And this is going to be the third kit, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, so that's that. But let's talk about a big uproar that's going to happen at Real Madrid. So, talking about Eden Hazard getting linked to Arsenal as usual. Well, let's talk about, according to Pacojo, he's a journalist, and of course BE Sports, they say that Eden Hazard has three options at the moment: Arsenal, AC Milan, and Dortmund. Dortmund has the advantage because of Florentino Perez's relationship with the club, and also there is the presence of Eden Hazard's brother Thorgan Hazard. So that could be much more easier for Thorgan Hazard, but also for Arsenal. So according to Santi Own, he says that Arsenal met with Hazard's agent this week to try to borrow next season, probably a loan spell, but the player still wants to stay in Madrid until the end of his contract, which is of 2 more seasons. So Eden Hazard wants to earn everything what he is getting from Real Madrid. But let's talk about finally the departure of Hector Bellerin is about to happen, and it's a permanent departure. According to Matthew Gonzalez and ABC of Seville, they say that Betis has already met with Hector Bellerin's agents and told them that the club wants to buy the player in full. The club has begun the first steps to secure Hector permanently. Also, according to El Desmarque, Hector Bellerin prioritizes his future by continuing with Real Betis. There are details that need to be discussed, such as the player's salary and the value of the deal from Arsenal, but the goal of the player and the club is to continue together. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, yes, there is going to be a departure of Hector Bellerin, and Betis are going to sign him permanently. That's exactly what is being planned. But let's see if that's going to materialize or not. But let's talk about Bukayo Saka. Small interview about him. Why was he named that way? Saka says, Bukayo, my grandma gave it to me because of its meaning. It means God has added joy to my life. She wanted me to add joy to the family, so she named me that. Every time she called me, that's probably what I meant to her. Moving on, Jorge Sampaoli has spoken about Guendouzi's physical condition. He says Guendouzi's physical condition is exceptional. He can recover very quickly. He has less risk of injury. He has also managed to impose himself, which can be seen with his selections for the French team. Finally, he is the soul of the team. He has not progressed thanks to me. It is in general he has gained in maturity. He is on the way to become one of the best midfielders in the world. Moving on, yes, so Benfica's coach has opened up about Nunez. He says his departure will be at the end of this season or the following season. Now regarding numbers, I hope as a Benfica fan that he will go for a fee close to that of João Felix. No, stupid. You don't have to pay. Oh my god, that is the most overrated thing to say. Of course, you're a Benfica manager, so you'd say whatever you want, but no way the player is that much worth. He is not. Moving on, Arsenal Man United are eyeing a deal for Youri Tielemans as spoken about, but it's been a refresh from Kieran Beckles, who says that Arsenal and United are still eyeing Youri Tielemans, but Liverpool have ended their interest in the Leicester man, according to reporter Ben Jacobs. So Liverpool out of the race. It's Arsenal and Manchester United for Youri Tielemans. It's only because of the price tag, I'll tell you that. Moving on, so Gabby Agben Lahore has some advice for Arsenal to not sign Dominic Calvert-Lewin. He says they need a striker and they need to go out and spend whatever it takes, because you've got to keep improving every year to try and get into that top 4. I wouldn't touch Calvert-Lewin if I was Arsenal. They cannot afford to make another big mistake. They need to go out and get a proven goal scorer. Yes, Calvert-Lewin has done it, but he's looked in poor form. You can't be paying big bucks for someone who has had a poor season. Big bucks. Let's see if they get relegated or not in the first place. Moving on, so here's a loan report of all the loanies from Arsenal. So Reece Nelson continued his recent form. 1 goal, 2 assists. I think, he played 59 minutes. Feyenoord beat 4-1. Again, they had a game against Heracles. Nicolas Duesmoller scored as Den Bosch beat Dordrecht 3-2. The striker was brought on in the 78th minute. Harry Clark played the whole game and set up a goal as Hibernian lost 3-1 to Hearts. He was deployed as a left wing back. Folarin Balogun started and played 64 minutes as Middlesbrough lost 1-0 to Hull City. Austin Trusty played 90 minutes as Colorado Rapids lost 3-1 to Dallas. Matt Smith played 84 minutes as Doncaster Rovers won 2-0 against Crewe Alexandra, for whom Ryan Elebiosu was unavailable due to injury. Jordi Osei-Tutu entered the fray in the 68th minute as Rotherham lost 1-0 to Carlton Athletic. Hector Bellerin was brought on in the 68th minute as Betis won 2-1 against Cadiz. William Saliba and Matteo Guendouzi played the full game as Marseille beat Montpellier 2-0. Pablo Mari played the whole game as Udinese won 2-1 against Venezia. Jordan McKenniff played 58 minutes as Shelburne lost 2-1 to Shamrock Rovers. Mavropanos, his team Stuttgart lost 2-0 to Borussia Dortmund. He played the whole game. Ainsley was an unused substitute as Roma beat Salernitana 2-1. Alex Runarsson was not involved and his side lost 5-0 to Gent in the final game of the Belgian league season. Lukita Torreira wasn't involved due to suspension as Fiorentina won 3-2 against Napoli. Brooke Norton-Cuffy didn't play in Lincoln City's 3-1 defeat to Wigan Athletic because of a hamstring problem. Tim Akinola missed out through injury as Dundee drew 2-2 with Dundee. Dundee United drew 2-2 with Dundee. Carl Hine didn't feature in Reading's 2-1 defeat to Cardiff City because of injury. Tyrese John-Jules was not involved due to injury as Sheffield Wednesday drew 1-1 with Bolton Wanderers. That's the loan report, and that is that. So let's talk about Marco Asensio. AC Milan have joined Arsenal in the race for Marco Asensio. Old news, but hey, Sport Media Set on April 7th reported that AC Milan are serious about Asensio. It was also explained that the Spain international's entourage informed Stefano Pioli's side that Arsenal have made an offer for the attacking midfielder. So let's see if Arsenal can be ready at the right time. It will be really great. But let's talk about the news that we are here for. James Maddison, ladies and gentlemen. So according to The Sun, well, it looks like there is a possibility that Arsenal and Tottenham are about to fight for James Maddison. So let's see if that's going to be happening or not. Also, there's a report about Paulo Dybala that, according to Corriere dello Sport, Dybala is not interested in a move to Arsenal this summer. Yes, he does not want to move to Arsenal as things stand. Let's see if that's going to be happening or not. But moving on again, Mikel Arteta and his team are ready to sign Aston Villa midfielder Douglas Luiz. The 23-year-old would fit Arsenal's high-octane style of play, and that's Football Insider who insists that, there's a strong possibility. Yes. How that will turn out to be, only time will tell. So ladies and gentlemen, that's the news, that's the update, and yes, that is that. So with this, I'd like to end this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you seek daily Arsenal content, best place to be, consider subscribing. I will see you in the next one. Until then, cheers.